Okay. Story time. I know it's already recording, but it says it's not recording, but I know Facebook be doing too much. That's why I don't like using Facebook that much. Um, and to be honest, I'm only doing this on Facebook first because I want to be able to download the video to upload it to my YouTube channel because the analytics for it is better if I upload it, basically. So that's why I'm on Facebook first. So this is a story time about when my sister had a seizure after we was in the eye of a tornado, or like we was in the close to the eye of the tornado or something along the lines of that. Because after it all happened, they said basically that the tornado was technically, I don't really know. I was young. I think I was like in sixth grade, around that age. So my sister was a little bit younger, and my mom, obviously everybody was younger than we are now. And I want to tell this story because actually I hope people's fathers see this, or anybody who's a father, but technically certain people's father. And I want them to know that the things that, and when I say certain people's father, I'm not going to discriminate against who I really am talking to. The things that my mother went through with all her kids as a single parent, with six of us, not even 10 of us, but six of us. Um, Nobody's fathered like a normal parent should. And, I don't know the situation because everybody have their own situation. My mom's her own person. The fathers are their own people. But y'all came together and God brought a human being to life through whatever y'all had going on in life. Y'all obviously had something going on in life if y'all could bring a kid together. That's why I don't get anytime a baby daddy is trash talking on his baby mama no matter and say he hate her. My ex used to do that all the time. But you have a whole child with her. So that hate was something. That was some real, they say it's a thin line between love and hate, you know. So I just want to say that, like, I just look at things in life, and I look back at my childhood, and I look back at the things that my mom has been through, the things my family has been through. And when I say my family, I mean 7 people. And that's my mom, myself, my sister Kashana, my sister Shania, my brother Jay Sean, my brother David, and my brother Narion. 7 people. Narion and David have a dad. He was there for a while. I remember that perfectly fine. He's like the one I remember the most because he was there. I don't know if it was the longest or the most, or if it was just because they're the youngest and I was older to remember. I do remember Jay Sean's dad, and I like him. I like all of my brothers, my youngest brothers' dads, because I know them. I was around them and I remember them in my childhood. Don't know Naya's dad that well at all, but the same way I can say for a parent who's had their kids how you don't have nothing saved up for them when they're older and stuff like that, even if you are a single parent. Same way I can say that about a parent, I can say this about the other parent that wasn't there. How can you live your life, all of your life, and you haven't bought food for this child, you haven't bought Christmas gifts, presents, or my sister Shauna's dad, and then my dad, like, obviously, like, I know him. Obviously, I've been around him a few times. Obviously, been around his family a few times. But, like, not like a family. Never like a family. How do y'all have? So, I'm going to take away the boys' dad. How do y'all have kids in this world? And we are the oldest. The girls is the oldest. Naya is about to turn 18 this year sometime. The end of this year. So, she just turned 17 technically. Candace is 18. I'm 19. How do y'all have kids in this world this whole time with a woman? Obviously, duh. the and daughters at that, bro. And y'all don't care. Y'all don't. And if y'all do care, we can't read minds. We can't read minds. It's not the child's place to be the one reaching out. It's not the child's place to decipher, well, they gotta love me. I'm their child. Like, maybe things happen. It's not the child's place to decipher that fucking shit. But anyway, I digress on the topic because the more I think about it, the more angry I get about it. And I have digressed on this issue. I'm an Aquarius, so I think about my feelings before I feel them. I don't like feeling my feelings, especially when they're negative. But last night I was looking at my birth chart again, and I was playing around with the times of birth because I don't know what time I was born, because I don't have my exact original copy of my birth certificate. I have the certified copies that they can make afterwards, basically, that I got a few years ago. So it doesn't have my time of birth on there. But I played around with morning times and night times and the middle of the day times, and things is basically the exact same, so I don't even understand why it matters all the way. But so it said my Chiron was in, and I know I'm gonna start talking about the topic. Hold on. My Chiron was in Capricorn, and my Lilith is in Pisces. So first off, Lilith. No, we're not gonna talk about Lilith. That'd be a different one. But I'm gonna talk about Chiron because we're on the fucking topic of fucking fathers. So Chiron is a core wound. Chiron is the placement for your life's core wounds, and it don't come back around into its placement until about your 50th birthday. So my fucking parents, my mom is a Pisces, which her sign being my Lilith matched up perfectly. My dad is a Capricorn, and him being my Chiron matched up perfectly. And I don't even let my brain wander to this fucking part of my fucking psychology. Like I said, it's my psychology. It's not my feelings, because I don't fucking care about my feelings, because I think feelings are stupid. And that's like one of the main things me and my mom never see eye to eye to, because she's a Pisces and she feels everything, and it's like, it's just like, oh my God, Mom. And I'm an Aquarius, and I don't like that shit. I really don't. It's so aggravating. Not her, but like feelings in general. And like, I don't know how to explain it all the way, but I just don't like it. But I'm sitting here reading it, and it just brought fucking fuming anger to me, and I don't know why. And it makes me want to cry. I think that's why. Because it makes me want to cry, and it makes me think about shit that I don't want to think about, and feel things that I haven't felt before, and I don't like that. But this is a part of healing, and if I want to grow, and if I want to be successful in life, I have to heal and I have to grow. Which I've done that a lot the last 2 years. I've done so much healing. But I guess last night and right now, it was the time where, God was like, next step, you gotta heal some more. We're not there yet. So Chiron is wounded, heal, like a wound, a core wound, basically. That'll take a lifetime to heal. Lilith have more to do with like your feminine power, like your sexuality, your sensuality, stuff like that. Which that's why I said it makes sense that it would be my mother and the Pisces. That's where it would come in at my birth chart, the feelings and shit. Boom. But I just couldn't believe, which I could. That's why I go to astrology, because this shit is so true. If you know how to read it for real, or at least research for real. But I couldn't believe how it read my fucking life undercover like that. Like, and it just angered me so much. And I hate to be angry, because there's no sense of being angry. And I know that there's no sense to be hurt. And I know that. But I don't know why I have to feel it. I don't know why. But, once I actually cry about something, I get over it, but I hate crying about stuff. But that's why I'm on the topic of this because it made me, I went to sleep with this thought in my head. And so the dream that I had last night was very foretelling. So in my dream, I was carrying my sister, the one who I'm about to talk about the story in real life. I was carrying her, and she had a lifeless body, but I couldn't feel her weight. But I could tell she was having a seizure, and I could tell I was carrying her. So when I woke up this morning, I was like, why was I in the place of my mom? Because that happened in real life. So let me tell you the story. So I'm going to get off the dads, and I'm going to get off this stupid shit. Like, ugh. But like I said, I was in 6th grade. So in 6th grade, I think you're about like 13 or something like that, 14. So I'm going to say this is around 2016. It's 2022 now, so it was a few years ago. So we had heard that it was going to be like a tornado, or we were going to have a tornado warning or something like that. But we didn't think much of it because it never ever happened all the times that it said it was going to happen, basically. But my mom was over across the street at her friend's house, and me and my brothers and sisters was at our house, and we just noticed that outside you couldn't see nothing. The wind was crazy, blowing stuff. The water was coming everywhere. We opened the door, and the wind like smacked the door out of our hands, and like it was like crazy. My brothers and sisters, like, they was scared, so they took the chance and they ran across the street to where my mama was at. I watched my sister Candace Kashana, she's the one who's a year younger than me. I watched her skinny body almost get blown into the air by whatever the tornado, the eye of the tornado, whatever the winds, the gusts, whatever it was about the tornado, because I still to this day don't understand if it was like the tornado was there, or we was the eye of it, or we was just on the outside and it was still strong. I don't even know which one it was, but it was the tornado. She literally almost got swept up, and she was running across the street to go to our mom. So I was trying to close the door because I wasn't finna run out there, because first of all, I don't run. Little do people know, I'm not running nothing. I didn't run a mile for school. Nope. I was trying to close the door. The wind was not letting me close the door. But the water was coming in through the screen so hard and so heavy, it was flooding the floor. So I was trying to close the door. Then all of a sudden, it was light outside when it started. Then all of a sudden, I see the kitchen, above the stove, how people always keep that light on. That light went out, and I was like, ooh, shoot, the light's going out or something like that. But it's okay because it's not dark yet. This better stop soon. So I'm trying to push the door to make it like okay, so it don't flood our house up. It wasn't working. So I believe I ran back. I think I ran to the house or whatever, but they wasn't talking about nothing. They wasn't on nothing. They didn't even know what to do. So I ran back to the house that I felt comfortable, and I'm finna go lay down. I'm finna go sit down or something. I don't know. But I felt safer at my home. So I went back across the street, ran back across the street, went back to my house. So the lights went out. Long story short, how it happened. The lights went out. I was finding candles when it was still light time. I was finding candles. My mom, she got some candles. So she came back with candles. We was lighting the candles and stuff like that. And it was nighttime. And the trees was all over the ground. Basically the phones was cutting off because we didn't have electricity, so we couldn't plug the phones in. So everybody's phone had died. And all of a sudden, though, it's like the dead of the night or whatever. Everybody's sleeping. My mom woke up. It's crazy how me and my mom be so in sync when it comes to like spiritual stuff. But she don't believe what I believe, and I believe what I believe because I experienced and I know. But we woke up at the same time, candles turning on and everything. My mom says she heard gurgling or whatever, so she's looking, and so she like gurgling. That's Naya. Naya has seizures. My sister Shania, she has seizures. She's epileptic. So my mom, boom, she go run over where Naya, she trying to find her and stuff. It's dark. We lay on the floors. We stayed together. We didn't go in no rooms. We stayed together because it was scary. So my mom finally found her under all the covers and stuff. My sister was having a seizure, like spitting up, choking, like on her spit. When they they supposed to get laid on their side when they're having a seizure, because the saliva in their mouth they can't swallow. Like their bodies are lifeless. Their souls are not in their bodies. That's what's happening spiritually. I'm telling y'all, that's what happens. They're soulless. Their souls wandered off somewhere. So she was on her back and she was like gurgling and she was like spitting her spit up and stuff. So my mom, like, we looking to like call the police and stuff like that, but they can't even get through. The ambulance can't get through because all of the trees is down, the electricity is out, they can't come. So normally when somebody has a seizure and the family knows that they have seizures, the doctors know they have medicine and stuff, they give you these things that you have to stick in their booty, the medicine, and you lay on their side and you wait, and the medicine's supposed to kick in, and the medicine's supposed to help them get out of their seizure. So we did that, and we waited the time that it was supposed to happen. And also, if they have more than one seizure, which means they start shaking more than one time, like they shake and then die down and they shake again, that means they're having more than one seizure. So if they have that, that means they need medical attention. And especially if you gave them the medicine too and it didn't work and they're still having seizures, they need medical attention. You got to take them to the hospital, like they need medical attention. So she was having seizures on top of seizures, like nothing was working, time was going by, and it was like scary, like it was like very scary. So since it was the dead of night, AM, nobody could drive through these trees, drive through anywhere. The hospital was some ways away, like some blocks. I don't even know how many blocks, but like we could see the light from the hospital where we were at, because the hospital had generators, so their electricity went out, but the generators stayed on, so the electricity was there. It was there. Obviously, that's how hospitals work. They're emergency. So we could see the light in the sky from the hospital. So it was like not far away, but it was like far enough away to where my mom didn't have a car, and even if she did, because our neighbors had a car, they couldn't get through. So my mom had to figure out how to get my sister to the hospital. So she picked her up, and let me tell y'all, normal body weight is completely different from dead weight, and that's why it's called dead weight. That's why there's a different name for it. Lifeless dead body weight is so much more mass and volume than a body with their spirit in it. Like I said, her spirit left her body, her soul left her body, soul and spirit, it left her body. That's why she was having a seizure. So she's like probably 100 pounds. Like I don't even know how much she weighed. All I know is I've picked her up on my back before, playing and giggling and stuff, and she wasn't that heavy. Like she had mass to her little body, but she wasn't that heavy because she was alive. But my mom was carrying her, and she was like struggling, and I was trying to go and help my mom because like nobody else was fucking. And that's why I'm talking about the fucking fathers and the shit that they literally missed out on. Which this is I don't know, but I'm trying to help her. Like, I see my mom trying so hard to be the mother and trying to make sure her fucking child doesn't die. And it's nighttime and she got to walk over trees. My mom is short as fuck. Her legs is little. Her legs is this tall. And my sister, literally, her whole body. Like, my sister was just the same height as her almost, basically. So I see my mom. She's walking and she's struggling. And I'm like, I don't know how to help her. I was like, Mom, let me help you. She's like, Keirra, she heavy. And I'm like, Mom, I know I picked her up before. She was like, no, Keirra, she's dead weight, heavy. And I'm like, okay, let me try, Mom. Let me try to help you. As soon as my mom tried to let me hold her, I couldn't pick her up. I was strong. I could pick my mom up. I could put my mom on my back. I could do all of that. Like, I was strong. I was strong. But the dead weight of my sister, I couldn't handle her. And we wasn't even across the street from where we lived at yet to get to the hospital. We haven't even crossed the street yet. So I couldn't do it. And I'm like, I was so mad because my mom needed help and there was like nobody to help her. Like, I just was so angry. I was so angry at, first off, just the fact that it even happened. Like, I was like, why she always have seizures? Which I guess I get it. Like, her soul got scared. I don't know. But she always has seizures at times where it's like the worst time to have some medical issue go wrong. And the power is out. The roads is blocked. The police can't help. I mean, the ambulance people can't help. Like, I promise you, she every time she has a bad seizure, because like I said, there's a difference between a normal seizure where, okay, you give them this medicine, lay them on their side, and you wait it out, it'll be fine, they'll come back too. There's a difference between that kind of seizure and then the seizures where they're like just boom boom boom, back to back to back, foaming at the mouth, like crazy, like it's bad. And that's the kind she was having. So I couldn't help my mom, and she told me to stay home or whatever, because like my mom is a strong ass woman, and I just know her place in heaven is secure no matter what, because the shit she's been through and the shit that she's overcome, that shit is so commendable. And I don't know how she got through it, because I wouldn't have been able to. None of the shit, not her childhood shit, not her mid young adult shit that she was going through at my age. My mom was my age. She had kids. Like, she had a whole, like, kids. She hadn't had me yet, which I'm the oldest of the 6 that we all was together, and we grew up around her. And we have older siblings that I met them, I guess, when I was a baby, probably one time, but I never met them. That's like my granddad said, he met me before. I don't remember. If I don't remember, we never met, so I didn't never meet them. But she had kids at my age. I'm about to turn 20. She had kids. My mom was molested, and he gave her a kid at the age of 15. My mom's mom died when she was 13. But this memory, I think about this memory all the time. Like, my mom literally walked my sister's lifeless body, soulless body, heavy ass body, blocks away from where we was living, jumped over the trees, had to find her way through the puddles of water, and took her to the hospital so that they can help her. And the city that we lived in, their hospital's so fucking shit. They had to fly her over to a different state hospital. I think, no, they either sent her to St. Louis or they sent her to Springfield, which Springfield is in Illinois, St. Louis is in Missouri. But either way, they had to fly her to a whole different hospital. Every time she had bad seizures, our hospital couldn't do shit for her. Those people couldn't do nothing for her. So they had to fly her to a different hospital somewhere else. So then my mom had to leave. They had to leave and go to a different hospital that was out of town. But I just think, I don't know, the dream that I just woke up from and what I just was learning last night and stuff, and like, life is fucking crazy. This shit is crazy, and I don't understand I don't understand how men get to be, well, I mean, I guess probably because it's best for people not to have them in their life anyway, because they have stupid shit. Like, I don't even like guys. Like, they're so stupid. I don't like girls either. They're stupid too, but I don't like guys for sure, because they just do too much. But they do too little, but think they're doing too much. And it's their mother's fault and their dad's fault, because their dads didn't do nothing with them and teach them how to be humans. They taught them how to sell drugs and be manly and don't cry and stupid stuff like that. They didn't teach them anything they really needed to. Like, they didn't teach them for real. And then mothers babied them and loved on them the wrong way. And then, like, it just didn't mix. They, like, hated daughters and treated daughters like crap and overdid everything with them. Crazy. And then didn't do enough with the sons. Like, it was just like, it doesn't mix and it doesn't match. That's why society is fucked up, because families have been fucked up. And that's why I can't wait for us to be on lockdown again, because I think everybody just need to get their mental right. They need to get their spirituality right, shit like that. That's what's really needing to go on. But yeah, so I just want to talk about that story, because the dream I just had when I was like in the place of my mom and I was holding my sister, she was having a seizure. Like, I don't know. I've been through some stuff with my mom. Some of y'all might have seen it. But I understand. And even the bad times, like when you put pros and cons, the bad things never add up to how much the good things are. So that's when you know it's okay. That's when you know there's something there. If the cons outweigh the pros, then leave some shit alone. But if the pros is outweighing the cons, then there's work to be done. Everybody has their trauma. Everybody has their things to work out on. And that's why I was talking about my own Chiron, because I have my mom's birth chart. Her birth certificate is actually original and stuff, so I know what time she was born. So I see my mom's birth chart. I know everything, and they match up. That's why I love astrology, because that shit really match up. Birth charts, astrology, numerology, all that shit, it match up for real. If you're balanced and shit. But I have her birth chart. So me looking at my Chiron and seeing that it's my fucking father, I look at hers. I don't know my grandparents on my mom's side, because like I said, my mom's mom died when she was 13. And I never met my granddad. The only grandparents I ever met was on my dad's side, and that shit was kind of traumatizing. And I was like, nope, I'm good. I'm good. But yeah, like hers is in Taurus, so mine's is in Capricorn, and hers is in Taurus. And I don't know what sign. That's what I'm saying. Like I don't know. I know her dad's name, but I don't know him. I never met him, and I never know. I don't know anything about him. So I don't even know his birthday, and I don't even know if she know his birthday either. To be honest, I don't know. But hers is in Taurus, so if her dad is a Taurus, there she go. Even though her mom was a Scorpio, and I look at what her Scorpio, because my mom's sign is in my Lilith, and it's in a certain house where it makes sense. So I was looking at, like, in her birth chart, where's her mom at? Because to be honest, I would have thought her Chiron would have been her mom's sign, since that's one thing I know for my whole life. Like her mom's death, like it's been hard on her, and I don't think, never mind. But I would have thought that. But I guess it's because it's the attributes of that. So Capricorn and daddy issues actually just go well together anyway. But that's why Capricorns act the fucking way they do. Fucking. But anyway. So I guess Scorpio doesn't go good with what I see her. I would think of a Pisces as her stuff. She's so emotional, but she is a Pisces, which that makes sense. And it's crazy because she's not emotional on the outside. She's just emotional energetically wise, and I can tell. And then when she gets emotional, I'll be like, I knew it. I could see it. I could feel it all in your aura. But yeah. Where's the cup at? Cheers to, here goes some, cheers to healing trauma. Trauma doesn't have to be things that so-called happen. It could be things that actually didn't happen, that actually weren't there. Yeah, that shit is fucking crazy. I don't know what I'm gonna do in life. I don't even know. All I know is, like, it's like I take 10 steps forward and gotta take 13 steps back every time. 10 steps forward, not 2. 10. I be boom, gone. Then one thing is just like, fuck you, bitch. Go back to where you came from. Fuck y'all. But yeah, like I said, I just thought that the dream just made me think about it. It was other shit that happened in the dream that got me thinking about some shit right now too, but I'm not gonna talk about it because I don't understand it. I haven't deciphered it. But that first part, definitely understood it. My mom walked my sister's lifeless body to the hospital so that she wouldn't die all by herself. And my sister, when she have these seizures and she come back to, she don't even know what happened. She don't even know what happened. That's why I'm very angry that my other sister, just not too long ago, she punched her in the face and basically knocked her out, made her have a seizure or something like that. And her friend, the neighbor, had to carry my sister back to to their, but not even to her own house, back to their house and lay her on the couch or some shit. And she didn't even know what the fuck happened, other than her sister punched her in the face and then she woke up on somebody's couch. That shit is not okay to me. All I gotta say though is like, people, when people think about shit, when their life isn't going the way that they feel like their life should go, when they feel like they're going through shit and they can't get over it and shit, and they feel like woe is me and like the universe is against them and shit, I think they should really look at their lives and look at that shit from a different perspective and figure out, well, what kind of karma do you have coming around? What kind of karma? So how you put good shit into the world so that you get good shit back. Speaking of these, I'm about to take one. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about that. I don't give a fuck. I talk about every fucking thing. This is my therapy. I'm a fucking therapist, and when I talk to myself, I get more answers than if I was to talk to somebody else. Other people are so stupid, in my opinion. Of course. No offense to anybody that I've ever talked to. But, yeah. That's why it's not crazy if you look in the mirror and have conversations with yourself. It was like this meme. I always saw this meme. It would be like, you know you're crazy if you look in the mirror when you crying and you laugh. I did that shit all the time. That's why I don't like crying. Especially if I see myself. I look fucking stupid, bitch. Why you crying? Boss the fuck up and get the fuck away from this shit. Leave that shit alone. Leave that shit in the past. But that's not how you do it either, because then you still got to deal with it. You still got to deal with it. I ain't taking shit to the grave, because when I die, I'm going to be floating peacefully. Peacefully. I ain't holding on. No, all of the world and the people that did shit, all the shit that happened, you got to have that shit. Boom. Back into the universe. Back at your ass. Fuck you talking about. I'm not about to be miserable. But yeah. It's just crazy. Ever since my spiritual awakening started, I've had, and I hate saying it out loud, because if you say stuff out loud, it makes it seem so much more true, but I have to, because it's like eating me up, and I swear, it's so sad. Ever since my spiritual awakening started, I just have this feeling, and I'm saying spiritual awakening, I'm not saying feeling, and I'm saying intuition and stuff, like, you know how I be going. But I just have this feeling that I'm going to lose my rock in this world. The only thing that's ever grounded me to this life. Every time I wanted to give up, the only reason why I completely didn't all of this time, I feel like I'm going to lose her. Before it's like, and it's scary because she talks to me like she thinks that too. And it's so aggravating because I just think about all the shit that happened and all the shit we've been through. And I just want to make it so that I can help her and give her rest and give her peace so that she can heal. So she don't have to worry about all the things she's been worried about all her life. Y'all have a blessed day.